Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Rule the Waves 2 in the Succession series with the Historical Gamer, Benjamin Magnus Gaming, XTRG, and myself, of course, Tortuga Power. So we're going to start off this episode a little bit differently. I think we can spare one ship, especially because we are getting some, 2 more capital ships back next month. So I'm thinking that we might start refitting this one Istorocheski class, which is obsolete, and we're gonna do this a little bit differently. This is the one, by the way, although it's the namesake of the class, it somehow got separated. I think 1914. I think this was my fault. Oh, wait, 19. No, it isn't actually. So someone else messed up. It might be XTRG. I'm trying to think. I did the 1904 to 1908 period. Yeah, this was XTRG's period, so it might have been him who messed this up. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to rebuild this so that they're not totally different. Or this might have been me when I reloaded the game. I don't remember exactly, because I did mess up. I might have messed up one of the THC class ships. Okay, anyway, we're going to solve this problem by diverting the current offshoot. We're going to kind of go a different direction with this one. And by kind of go a different direction, I mean we're going to go for a carrier conversion. That's right. And can't get that many because we actually do need some turrets. The first conversion, carrier conversion, needs to have, well, it's very noisy. The relatives are over at the Tortuga household, but I'm trying to do this just so that we get at least one video out. You know, the Succession series must go on despite the background noise. Anyway, so just forgive that. Ignore that. 32, I'm shooting actually for something more than any light carrier can do, so at least she's worth the conversion. I mean, she's worth it just so we can get purpose-built carriers. That's very important. So, in order to do that, we're going to drop this down to 4. We're going to go to turrets. We're going to get dual purpose guns so that we have, look at that, already our CLAAs from last turn, or last video, had a heavy anti-aircraft factor of 25. And these carriers are going to be able to acquit themselves relatively well with a factor of 20. That's not bad. They're going to be fast at 27 because this was a battle cruiser. And what else are we looking to do? Might as well put increased elevation, doesn't really matter. What, are we not going to be able to get 41? I must be doing something wrong, because I did this already. Well, that's one right there. We'll maybe take this down. Oh, 5. I mean, this thing should never be in combat. I'll take this down to 2.5, 4. So the turrets are a little bit susceptible to a dive bombing attack. They might be bombed and blown up, but this thing will probably be retired long before that ever happens. I'm still not able to get as many as I thought. Are we harboring any extra weight that I can't figure out? If I bulge this thing, it'll take it down to 24 knots, which does still qualify as a legit carrier. But unfortunately, I feel like that's not worth the 500 tons. It's like 3 aircraft for 3 knots. Survivability is still important on these things. So we're up to 41, which is actually what I was hoping to get. Just kind of feel like we should be able to get 42. Rounds per gun does also change the amount of rounds for your secondaries. I don't think it's exactly the same as this number. Maybe it's times 2 or times 1.5. I don't know. And that is important then, because one sec. Sorry, anyway, that will be important because we do want dual purpose guns that can fire many times if need be. Although, you know, part of me thinks even that, it's probably going to be retired before we really have to use it that way. And I do plan to use a lot of light anti-aircraft guns, so maybe that's what we do, because I suspect this thing will be the target. And when we get AA directors, we want to leave in space in the form of the light anti-aircraft guns. So we could take it down, maybe go to 95. I mean, does this give us 38? That's pretty good. Yeah, we were over anyway on the allotment before. So now we're at 38. We can drop that number down to get AA directors to support our dual purpose guns. I'm pretty happy with this. So we did this, and the cost is going to be not too bad. 11 million to get the first conversion, which will open up custom-made carriers for everyone. So everyone will be able to thank Cheripaca's forward-lookingness, his foresight on all matters naval. Not that anybody else wouldn't do the same, but I actually don't think the Historical Gamer or XTRG have played enough Rule of Waves 2 to even know that they would have to do this. I suspect Ben has, because he does a lot of Rule of Waves on his channel. Anyway, this is why I chose this weird configuration, even though it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't even look like there's a place for them to land. I will make some effort to make these funnels look not so silly. Put them off to the side. Obviously, they need to be off to the side a bit for this to make any sense. And let's just start getting rid of some of the superstructure. I think this has to be gotten rid of. This, and that's it. So now we'll make a deck that barely doesn't. Wow, it just does not look like there's enough room to land on this thing. So let's do something like this. Definitely does not look like there's enough room to land still. I just want to make sure that I know that this is at least a carrier. So maybe break it in a little bit like this. And barely straighten out. Okay, that's obviously pretty tiny. We could be to put a nose on as well or something. I'm just imagining that this is elevated above, and this is a second slightly lower layer, and then this is the deck lower layer even from that. That's how I'm imagining it, but let's also put in some line because that's fun. Okay, so it should be registered at least as a carrier. And I don't know what's going on with these funnels. Let's try doing something like this. Oh god, that's hideous. Okay, that's better. Maybe drag this one up a little bit. I don't usually get too detailed with this, but I want to make it look like a carrier. So probably we should extend this a little bit more. Maybe I can just do one other line here to kind of illustrate that there is a little lip here, just in case they fall. Yeah, that's nice. So, good enough, I would say. Good enough. So we're going to save this. Let's first check and see if it's, yeah, it is a carrier. Short range, slightly overweight. Okay, we'll fix that. And we're using coal. Okay, fine. We can take this back down to 90 and we're okay. So I think we'll do that. Yeah, okay. So now you're not overweight. You're not complaining. The very first carrier refit has now been ordered. And I'm doing that because, again, we have a little bit of time in this. I think we have, not time, but a little bit of wiggle room in this. Sorry, yeah, what was I saying? The battle cruisers. I hope that these two are enough to hold off the blockade. I think we have this war in hand, even if we don't win it, like, by acquiring territory or anything crazy like that. I think it'll still be okay. We're essentially just I guess I'm not trying to win it. So I don't know why that is. I don't know what we'll gain from the French. It's kind of weird. I feel like if it was my game from start, if I was playing this from 1900, I would want to win it outright, gain territory, etc. But when you're thrust into the middle of it, it feels maybe even more realistic. You're just interested in getting by. You don't want to be a failure. So this actually kind of means that we're playing kind of like for the prestige game. And I'm a little bit I'm so like disheartened by the ships we have that I don't really want to fight with them. Anyways, that refit is not apparently going to cost us that much. We need to leave some budget for the new light cruisers. I really, really, really want to get better submarines as well. And we do want to continue to use the coastal submarines. So we actually don't want these. We want the coastals. Probably whoever built these submarines doesn't know about the insanely good capability of coastal submarines. But I do. So we'll go ahead and build up a fair amount so that the next person can easily win. We don't need to build too many. Maybe 40 is okay. Knowing that our budget will come back down and we want to build those carriers, but at the same time, yeah, we'll have in 1 year we'll have this another $1 million back in the bank. Okay, so maybe I do need this war to go on for a while. Only the Navy can win this war, definitely. Okay, fine. You're faster than me. Whatever. I'll probably be simulating these, by the way. I'm not... I have to probably keep this video shortened, as you can probably hear in the background. I have to do this with family visiting for the Christmas holiday. And then I'll be out of town, so I think I'll decline this one. Or I guess I could have accepted it and just simulated it. And victory point wise, I don't want to squander too many away. Let me go ahead and accept. I should have accepted the last one. And I will fight anything with it if the simulation results come back bad, or oh my gosh, this is actually pretty cool. We have a light carrier, we have our seaplane tender, we have the Vesta. This will be interesting. Let me see how my simulator handles this. But I may end up fighting this one because it could be fun. We have no destroyers, so that's bad. But let me check on the simulator. So this was a really interesting battle in my simulator. Essentially, it came down to spotting with the light carriers. The Russian fleet spotted them first. It's because our carrier has more scouts, because it has more airplanes. And we bombed them, but they were able to get off an attack. This is crazy. The attack hit my light cruiser, I think. No, it didn't. It maybe attacked the light cruiser, but it didn't hit it. And then the second wave in this, not the second wave, but the second bomber group in the same wave went after the carrier. Their carrier was already sunk, so this was basically do or die, and they actually sank my carrier. This is just crazy. It sounds awesome. So, pretty cool. What happened is we did actually, in the first strike, before we sank their light carrier, which is usually a lower priority than battle cruisers, maybe that's something I need to change too, but we did go after their battle cruisers, and we sank one of them from air. And then the 64% health, I think, is because it actually was attacked in a follow-up wave, because we spotted them first, so we were able to strike them without repercussion first, without retaliation. Anyway, so the net result is going to be they lose a battle cruiser, we both lose carrier, and they lost a lot of their other ships. So only one battle cruiser is going to get out of this for them, and both of our battle cruisers will get out. And then it's going to say we're... So now, basically, we went forward a minute, and the battle's over. We lost our... Whoops. Anyway, there we have it. One light carrier lost. One battle cruiser destroyed. One carrier destroyed. One light cruiser destroyed. 4 destroyers. It's going considered a major victory for us, obviously, because of the battlecruiser. So this is something like a first carrier battle. This is part of the simulation, and it didn't have to go this well for us, but thankfully it did. I'm going to put sim here, just in case. I think we'll go to the build screen. I don't think there's anything that's happened technology-wise. Now, how expensive are they? They are $1 million each. Well, we need 4 at a minimum. So yeah, I think we're gonna do 4. Okay, we committed. I think they're good ships, so I think they'll serve us well. Oh, government is, well, they'll live with it. A new model of our torpedo bomber, which I think was already a new model. We're up to E. Wow, this one's actually pretty big. Well, no, never mind, just the firepower. Oh, no, definitely big. If we want to carry bombs. I mean, mostly torpedo bombers, gonna torpedo bomb. But just in case, could also try to use a bigger bomb. But I think they do glide bombing, and that's not necessarily going to be as good. Again, victory point wise, I feel like, wow, getting up there. And they're starting to decline, which is fantastic. Oh, let's accept 1,000 victory points. Just, we'll gobble them all up. Oh, it's wonderful. Really good news. So they've started to reach a point where they're not comfortable fighting us. And we're blockading them, so I think this is a landslide victory at this point. It was start off really close, but now we should be in good shape. Superimposed guns on destroyers, okay. And improved light anti-aircraft effectiveness, quality 1 12-inch guns. And we'll probably go ahead and accept these, considering we think that they're going to decline. No reason to decline ourselves. And they did accept one in the Baltic, which looks like it's pretty... Well, you know what I'm going to do with this one. We're going to sim it out. Because I really enjoy the strategic shell. I hope people don't mind that I'm... Especially for a succession series. I want to get this turned over to the next person quickly. And especially how slowly I play these. Let's see what the simulator tells me. Well, it ended up being that the French only brought just 2 battlecruisers to this fight. They have no support ships. And that is what the enemy does. They decline battles when they don't have support fleets with support ships. So if they don't have enough destroyers to pair with their big capital ships, they usually decline. That's what they've been doing. We've seen French decline. And we've been getting free victory points. So they didn't decline, and this one we had this carrier, which spotted the battlecruiser. Oh, this was only this was a very short range engagement too. When it finally, but before the 10,000, limited visibility, our planes did spot them at 100 nautical miles out, and we bombed them into. Well, I think one of them. Let me just go up and you can. This is very verbose logging. I plan to eventually bifurcate this current log into 2 different ones. Is that the right word? I don't know. Split it, fork it. It's going to have 2 different logs. One will be like verbose log, which is what this is, and the other one will be like combat log, something shorter that gives you just a summary. Anyway, after we actually sank the Nancy by our dive bomber, our torpedo bombers, and we had 17 bombers approach, so no, they had no cap, they had no nothing. It's almost a miracle that both of them didn't get destroyed. Then after that, they tried to retreat. You can see that the Lyon still had 65%, so it had taken probably a single torpedo, but it was completely outnumbered, outgunned, and eventually we did sink it at the cost of one of our destroyers. Our destroyers probably went on like a torpedo run type thing, tried to smashed their way in, and one of them got taken out. Anyway, I think that's a pretty fair log still. Now my simulator has no concept of who's player 1, who's player 2, so it's symmetric. If I had the 2 battlecruisers, if I was here and they were down here, the same result would happen, but in reverse. So anyway, we'll advance turn because hey, I'm okay with losing 1 destroyer for 2 battlecruisers. And let me know what you think, because this is one mechanism getting some feedback. If this seems like it's a fair scenario or not, or simulator. So, also call this a sim. Seems fair to me that if you launched a bunch of torpedo bombers at an unescorted pair of battlecruisers with no escort ships, that they would be in big trouble. So, and we get to plow along in terms of time. We don't have to spend time fighting a battle, which I like, because the strategic level is... I put this down in a comment recently. I think that 3/4 of my enjoyment of this game is in the strategic level. And that's, true whether or not I spend half my time in the strategic level or half my time, or even if I spend half my time in the tactical mode, I still only have 1/4 of my enjoyment in that. So, the appropriate ratio for me would probably be about 3-1. And it's certainly not like that right now. It's probably about 50-50. So I'd like it to be a little bit more loaded. No, I'll go and do that myself. So unexpected battle. They are unable to challenge our forces. Okay, so they're really in dire straits now. I want to go to air groups, and I want to increase this. I think I will add, let's see, what do we have as far as aircraft types? And by the way, I should have gotten a new, it's amazing to me that we haven't got a new fighter yet. So let's get a new fighter. Top priority speed, second priority maneuverability, just so we can pick these guys off. I think those are good enough choices for now. Firepower be damned, All we need for them is to at least have a chance to shoot. Medium bombers have long range, so they're always a good candidate. Our current torpedo bomber has pretty good range, though. Pretty good. 180 at scouting, and torpedo range is 100. It's not bad. It's really not that much worse than the medium bomber. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna put more medium bombers in, or torpedo bombers in. They're cheaper too. It's always nice to remember that they're cheaper. Okay, let's end the turn. We do have money. Okay, we did the light cruisers. We could build a few more of them, but 4 is at least a good start. Good, heading in the right direction. We have our carrier conversion, which will be ready in 9 months. I'll still be in charge. We have, we should not be having any charcoal cheetahs now on trade protection. We'll put them all to active fleet. That's going to lower us below this, but then we'll just take every one of these that's in fair condition at least and put them on trade protection. We'll make this easier on ourselves. Oh, never mind. I have one up here already, so we'll just do it this way. So that should help us in a lot of ways, and we'll be limiting the number of submarines which could attack our surface fleet, because those are active fleet destroyers. And then the trade protection number helps you against merchant raiding. So we should be good on both fronts now. We'll need some more destroyers, but I'm still going to wait on that. Okay, the game, see, you can tell that the army stuff is just so inconsequential. It's 100 victory points is just noise. It doesn't even register. Triple bottom, that's fantastic. Okay, our torpedo bomber is not very fast, but she's effective. That's all we need. I don't want to accept this one. Okay. I don't like convoy attacks. I'm willing to eat the VPs I mean, I don't like convoy attacks out in the Bay of Biscay. Let me qualify that. I want to see what this design is. This was a custom built one, right? It was. I'm sure it was. It's a pretty good... Oh, it has 34, so we could get this up to, I think 38 is the limit. Oh, no more than 34. Oh, wow, I was completely off. I thought that they could have 38. No, so we'll just close this altogether. So the Red October is a good enough light carrier. I don't think we'll end up using them. One of the things is I don't think the ASW is correctly modeled. I don't think that a carrier has an ASW of only 2. With airplanes, you just have so much ASW. In fact, it's much more deadly, the aircraft, than the destroyers. They just cover much more ground, which is really what you need to do. You need to find the submarines on the surface. Sure, destroyers can use their sonar and pick them up, but at the time frame we're at, especially with the decreased... I mean, there's no... Destroyers at this time didn't even have a really good way of finding the submarines. Just want to make sure I'm not forgetting to do something. We have a huge budget, though. Is it time? Okay, I think I'm going to build one more of these. Oh, the Nadezhda. I don't know if Dan is watching. That's his Dan Nadezhda. Get one more of those. We still have money. We could get another one. They're pretty good light cruisers. I just feel like there's room for improvement later with better technology. First of all, super firing forward guns, which we could get that technology in 2 months, and then it'd be a waste. So let's just call that. I already talked about like not putting too many ships into a single class. Let's leave it at that. And you know what? Let's just leave it at that, period. Maybe build some more subs. How long do these take? They only take a year and 4 months. 16 months is not that long to wait to free up the budget. So maybe I'll get 10 more. Yeah, okay. Having some issues. Oh, wow, French Raider has been scuttled. So they're still winning this one. Oh no, 1-2. I mean, actually... they are not winning it. The Raiders are winning. But the Isley's now gone. So we don't have to worry about her. You know, we're oddly enough at a point where I can shove some ships over to Southeast Asia, I should say, and maybe invade some French territory. People haven't been screaming at me to do that quite yet. So I'm happy that people are so kind and patient. But let's see, what would it require? Like, where are the French? I mean, we already have foreign tonnage requirements. No, we don't. In West Africa, I was going to say, but... Okay, we have foreign requirements in Southeast Asia. Let's work on the French here. First of all, the French have 2 corvettes and nothing else. We have 2 light cruisers. And we have a heavy cruiser up here. I think... We don't have requirements. Yeah, okay, so let's start shipping some of our fleet. Let's move to Southeast Asia. I'm expecting a collapse, honestly, but until that happens, we'll leave some Magnus in Northeast Asia just to keep the people happy. And then maybe move one with them. Oh, these are short range? No, they aren't. So that is the problem. We do have a lot of short range. Put on your active fleet. You're actually where you need to be. We'll just leave you there. And we're not ready to invade yet. So we actually don't have very much over there. I need to get... Yeah, everything's short range. The only thing we have which isn't short range is the new class, which has worked up. We could move these over. It'd be a waste. I would much rather have them... Yeah, I don't think I can. Okay. We'll wait. We'll see what happens. We might just wait for them to collapse. I mean, they're definitely on the brink. Yeah. Ooh. Enemy unable to challenge our forces. Okay, good. So if we get that message, I think we automatically win the invasion. So let's pick a target. How about Guangzhou? This value of 2. What's our invasion range? We actually want to check now. Yeah, we can get either one. Well, let's go for this one instead. And it's going to be pretty expensive. So there goes our hard-earned money, but hopefully it pays off. We should be careful about stoking the embers of revolution. It may well backfire, especially playing as the Russians. I think we might even do this one. Lock them up and throw away the key. Or give them safe passage. Well, the French are all about revolutionaries themselves, so... yeah, I don't think we'll do it. We'll take the prestige. Okay. Yes! That should be... yes! Oh, this is a bug. I don't think it's supposed to happen. We can't decline it, though. Alright, well, I'm not going to auto-sim this one. Because I have absolutely no idea what it'll do with an invasion event. Not yet. I think we'll just go after this guy. Okay, come on. Pretty sure they don't have anything here except for corvettes. So, squad max, full steam ahead. Let's go find out what we're up against. Yep. Nothing too challenging. Okay, yeah, we're doing okay. We're not too threatened by this. We just want to make sure he doesn't lay his little paws on our invasion fleet. I think this is a bug. I might have to report this again. I thought that they got rid of this, but we had 2 invasion events in the same turn. We won the one, and then somehow we got the invasion event anyway. Okay, this is a corvette. We'll send this light cruiser to make sure that that corvette's done for, and we'll keep the other heavy cruiser. We might have a gunnery target, land target, whatever. Coastal battery. We might have a coastal battery we have to deal with. Okay, I'm pretty sure that guy's dead now, but I'm not sure, so just keep hitting him. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. This is crazy. They have nothing here. Alright. Pretty content that we're okay too. So, do we win the battle yet? Okay, let's just cruise around. Where's our victory cruise going to take us? Back to friendly port. We only have to wait 1,400. Oh, God. Such is life. This, I think, suppresses all notifications. Oh, got a port up there. Yes. And it's a crushing victory. Major victory. I don't know about that, but... yeah, we got some weird things, huh? Maybe my simulator's causing this. I don't know. It doesn't do anything but edit the surviving. No, I don't think it can. Well, maybe. No, I don't think so, though. I'll have to talk with Frederick, the developer, directly. Yeah, I can show him this exact video and see if he can figure out what's going on. And we'll work out a way to make my simulator a little bit better. If this is what's causing the problem, it might be just unrelated. But I haven't seen that before. Maybe I've seen it once without using a simulator where I had to do the battle twice. No, the invasion stuff has happened before, yeah. So our invasion target is already taken. I see no reason... Wait, what? Transverse arrestor wires, low risk of landing accidents. Sounds good. Okay, there it is. We've taken the Tonkin Gulf, coastal raid. I don't really want to do a coastal raid, just in case. And let's set a new invasion target. Because look, we're just lapping up the success here. Let's just take the whole area. Why not? We sank the only French ship there. Oh, good, good, good. Okay, please give me something. Yes. Oh my god, the range. Good lord. Toughness is a little bit worse. I think we'll still buy it because cruise speed is faster, which is good. I wonder if range also translates to time over target, in which case this is a much better cap because it can actually stay over the target longer. Otherwise, this is faster and it has higher maneuverability. I think we'll accept it. Delayed due to unfavorable weather. That's okay. Okay, we'll accept. No. Okay. 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 Notice that the VPs have just climbed ever since they started declining. Which only makes sense. Only the Navy can win this war. Improved director. Jeez. We might be... We're at 1926. Half our term is already over. Send a diplomatic note. Yeah, that's fine. An improved model. This one's actually much better. That range I was talking about, I was wondering why I was so close to the torpedo bombers. Yeah, significantly better. We'll keep accepting these. I don't know what's going on here. I don't want an enemy coastal raid, sorry. I'll take a hit. Okay. I guess one more turn. Underpowered. Okay, so it might be worse. Unfavorable weather. It's January. That's acceptable. And we actually get a fight one. You can't. We have no airfields near this. I think what we want to do, our plan will be... Okay, well, I think let's just auto-simulate it. Or maybe, you know what? I'm going to let you... Well, no, I have to record the next video before I'll get feedback on this one. But I will call this video to a close here to give me time to think. I don't know whether or not I want to fight this one out, which could be time-consuming and drag this one out. I'm much more likely to just simulate it. Or I may fight it out, quote-unquote fight it out, but actually just retreat right away. Which we can't do exactly. We do need to wait a little bit of time. But yeah, I mean, I can at least control which, you know, what we're going to scout. So, okay, but anyways, thanks for watching this one. Until the next one, take care.